Hey, great to have you here. Welcome to the program. Thanks for stopping by the Joe Pag Show. Great radio stations everywhere. iHeartRadio, Newsmax TV. It is the Joe Pag Show for a Monday. As you know, that's a Motown Monday. That's how we do. Junior Walker's Shotgun, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's as if you plucked me out of the basket of deplorables your own self. Carrie, how's it feel to be the basket of deplorables?
I guess it's okay.
I don't know.
A lot of people in that basket.
I don't know what to tell you, but 50% of somebody. That's and we'll relate that to what Mitt Romney said in 2012 about 47%, and how basically people assume that's why he lost the election. I disagree. I don't think he lost the election because of the 47% comment, but we'll talk about that. First full weekend of the NFL this past weekend, I saw, I don't know, a half of football maybe.
Really?
I saw the last minute where the Dolphins were able to completely, continue to suck as they have since 1983. My Dolphins grew up in South Florida. Certainly always wish for the best for the Dolphins, but I saw a bunch of idiots kneeling during the National Anthem. And I thought to myself, I'm okay with you losing.
Yeah.
So it's my team. I didn't watch a bunch of football. What's the SOP, the standard operating practice for me in football season?
You park it on your recliner and you watch TV, watch football, and you eat all day.
All day.
Nachos.
Right.
Yeah.
All day. And this weekend, not so much. I just didn't care.
Wow.
I wanted to care, but, you've got this stupid fake, faux, feigned controversy, and I didn't care. I cared a little bit when I found out when the Dolphins were on, so I watched probably the last 3 minutes, which was when the Dolphins lost, and watched maybe a half last night of the Sunday night football game, maybe a half, a little bit less than a half, something like that. And I just wasn't into it. Just wasn't into it. Well, a couple of reasons. I mean, first of all, it's the anniversary of 9/11. We've got 15 years since that horrific attack in New York City, in Washington, D.C., Shanksville, Pennsylvania, not forgetting about you. 15 years, which is startling to even think about. We talked about this a lot on Friday, talked about it a bit on the weekend. Think about it. 15 years later, there is more division and hate and separation between us as Americans than maybe we've ever seen, which is stunning to me. It's completely stunning. So, I watched some of that and thought about some of that, something we didn't see a whole lot of, and maybe you saw, because, again, I was in the I really don't care mode, be honest with you, about television. I thought about it, was deep in my own thought about 9/11. Was there any coverage at all that it's been 4 years now since Benghazi?
Oh, not that I saw. Everything was about remembering 9/11.
That's also a 9/11. That was an attack on 9/11.
I understand. Right.
2012. It was the death of 4 Americans, the attack of the American consulate. Libya was a shambles because Obama and Clinton decided to attack Libya and go after them, which was disgusting. And, they knocked Gaddafi. But look, I'm not a big Muammar Gaddafi guy. By the way, if you don't know who that voice is, it's Carrie Lockey, my news anchor, and also general pain in the neck.
No.
Some would say ass. Some would say pain elsewhere.
You would say that.
I wouldn't, but some have.
You
Let me
have.
just say that.
Many, many times.
I may have said that in the past, but
a lot.
We've got Benghazi that was completely destabilized because President Obama and wannabe President Hillary Clinton decided that they would back some rebels that included Al-Qaeda in toppling Gaddafi, who was shot in the side of the street like a dog. He's dead. The entire place is destabilized. Next thing we know, our consulate was attacked there. 4 Americans dead. You had the 13 hours that you go see the movie. You don't know what I'm talking about, 13 hours. But that wasn't even talked about yesterday. Maybe I missed it. Maybe ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox.
I didn't see that.
Maybe they all did it. But I didn't notice because, again, I was in what mode last night? I don't care.
I got you.
Because
I don't care.
I'm so sick of multimillionaire football players not understanding, and we'll get to that in a little while. At the 9/11 memorial in New York City, you had Donald Trump standing a few feet away from de Blasio. How tall is this dork de Blasio? What is he, 8 feet tall, the guy?
I don't know. He looks very tall. I'm not sure how tall he is.
Donald Trump He's 6'2".
He's a tall guy, too, yeah.
And he was like a shrimp.
I know.
I mean, de Blasio's still an idiot, but man, he's a tall idiot.
He is.
So we have that, which is interesting. And Hillary Clinton is there, and Donald Trump is there. They both stopped campaigning for a day. And I'm floating around yesterday, avoiding the internet, and I just needed a few minutes. Needed a few minutes. Sometimes a brother needs a few minutes. So I went into my office, popped up the internet, popped on the Twitter, probably a big mistake. And the first thing I see is a video purporting to be Hillary Clinton getting into her van and then stumbling, fainting, collapsing, something. And I burst out laughing. Look, I don't want to be the jerk here, but I burst out laughing. I thought it was fake. So my first response was to the guy who posted it, there's nothing about this video that suggests that's Hillary Clinton. It looked to me like an SNL skit.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying it.
The first video that I saw, you couldn't really see. You couldn't really make it out. Is it really her or not?
Right.
I don't know.
So I responded, there's nothing about this video that suggests that's Hillary Clinton. A, the person looked too skinny to me. Hillary's been wearing these big blousy, muumuus or whatever. B, you don't see her face. So it looked like some sort of comedy troupe put this together and they were being funny. And I was like, look at that. It's so stupid. You know what I mean? And then Karina, my illustrious producer, sent me a link to another angle of the same happening. And I went, whoa, this is really Hillary Clinton.
That is her.
Looks like she's fainting. Would have just, face planted on the sidewalk had the handlers and Secret Service and assistants and everybody not grabbed her. And they basically throw her limp body in the van, in the Scooby van. If it weren't her, it would have been hilarious to make a skit like that. Yeah. But it was, it turns out. And then her shoe was left on the side of the street or something, which is weird. And in short order, she goes to her daughter's apartment, comes out, and she's all happy to do. Hey, how you doing? I'm feeling good.
Beautiful day in New York City.
Beautiful day. So the word that we got was that this was because of heat exhaustion. Mm-hmm. The reports I got from New York City yesterday, and I'm willing to hear from anybody, 1-800-383-9624 if you know something different. Reports I got were that it was 78 degrees and sunny. And then I heard one other report saying 82 and sunny. Now, again, we all know that I'm the jerk here because I'm not making fun of anybody's illness. But, I'm sorry, were you going to comment to me saying I'm a jerk? Sounded like you were just about to chime in.
I kind of was. I thought about it.
Get right in there.
I thought better of it.
Anyway, so maybe I'm the jerk, but at 78 or 82, you're not suffering from heat exhaustion.
Well, no, that's not really hot.
That's not what's going on. Later, they had to figure something out to suggest why she basically passed out waiting for the Scooby van. And they said she was diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday. Again, I've dealt with cancer. I've lost many relatives to illness. I'm not reveling in somebody's illness. Make sure you hear me clearly. But I am going to call out the campaign for lying its face off about what's wrong with her. Just tell the truth now. Because, and I'm willing to hear a medical doctor tell me otherwise. I don't know what her condition is other than she keeps on passing out, hitting her head, getting a blood clot, fainting, whatever. All sorts of resources online suggest it could be something like Parkinson's. I don't know anything about diagnosing people. I do, however, know that if a candidate, a front runner, somebody who is at least tied with, if not beating the competition, for president of the United States, is diagnosed with pneumonia, and for some reason her campaign didn't want to tell us? That's the question I have. If that's the true story, and if that's the story you want us to believe, that she has pneumonia, and that's what the diagnosis is or was on Friday, why wasn't that released immediately? Hillary Clinton can't go to the 9/11 memorial. She can't go to the campaign stop. She has pneumonia. And pneumonia, last time I checked, is contagious, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
So first stop she thought she'd do is go by her daughter Hillary or Chelsea's apartment and hang out with the grandkids? You want to give the grandkids pneumonia? Is that the first thing you do? And I'm just asking obvious questions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing her. What I'm saying is either they're lying about this pneumonia or they're completely inept and incompetent in keeping us informed as to what's going on. If I had pneumonia, like when I had cancer, I tell my boss immediately, hey, just found out I have cancer. Oh, just found out I have pneumonia. Whatever. You fill the people in that need to know. And the camp, look, let me ask you one simple question. Mm-hmm. Not even asking which side of the aisle you're on, because most people listening don't know which side of the aisle. I don't even know which side of the aisle you're on. It's a good journalist, you don't know. But is there a reason you can think journalistically for that campaign to not have told us she has pneumonia, going to take a couple of days off?
No. They should have put it out there on Friday as soon as they found out.
It's that simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're believing the media
why so
needs
secret
to.
About it,
the Washington Post needs to believe it. The NBC needs to believe it. CBS, ABC, they need to somehow be complicit. They need to believe it's something explainable. It is not explainable that the Democratic nominee for president of the United States, who won't do a press conference, hasn't for 270 days or something, locks up at campaign events, makes weird gyrations and bug eyes, at any given turn. There's no reason to not tell us that she has pneumonia, unless it's really not pneumonia and it's something else, thus the spin and the news story. 1-800-383-9624, 1-800-383-9624. On Friday, I guess on Friday she was fine, diagnosed with pneumonia. Let's go into a speech. She talked about the basket of deplorables. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Donald Trump taking the high road, hope that she feels better. It's the right thing to do. Do not attack her on her health. Just let it be. And we'll also talk about the whole idea that these very, very rich people who play games think that they're somehow making positive change by kneeling or sitting or putting their fists up in the air. Got a lot to get to today. 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com. Stay here.